To build any component, we need to be in component mode by clicking the component mode button. Next we need to give the component a type, in our case, it's a wheel. A wheel has 3 states, top, middle, and bottom. These states represent the wheel turning slightly. You can build a wheel from images, either partial or full size. To do this, it is recommended that you video the wheel turning 1 notch, and then take 3 still images from the video that show it moving from its start position to just before its end position. Obviously turn the wheel by using an object pushed into the side of the wheel. In our example, we are going to use the wheel building technology built into the software to build a small vertical wheel. First, we must set the canvas size to our requirements. Building a full wheel manually, for 3 states, would be a time-consuming process. However, we can build a partial wheel, and let the software do all the work. For a partial wheel, we simply build a notch, and the indentation that is next to it, on each of the 3 states. We need to enable, is partial. We want the wheel to look curved when it's built, so we enable, curve, and anti-alias, to maintain image quality. Our wheel will be used vertically, so we enable, is vertical. We also want the wheel to look like it's sat in a recess, so we enable, is recessed, and set the recess size, which is the number of pixels around the wheel that will form the recess. Partial wheel quantity, is the amount we want each of the states to be repeated when building the wheel. The larger the value, the larger the wheel. On the top state, we will add a light gray rectangle the same size as the canvas. Next we add a darker gray rectangle, which will represent the indentation, which is in shadow. Next, we add a line, to represent the darker shadow under the raised notch. Change the start and end caps, to square, which will ensure the line is an exact fit. Finally, we add a glint part, to emphasize the shadow in the indentation. We now copy and paste all these parts onto the middle and bottom states. On the middle state, we now need to show the indentation has moved to the middle, by moving the darker rectangle, and the glint, to the center of the canvas. The light gray rectangle now represents two different notches that are only partially visible, so we need to move the line to the top notch, as the shadow is always at the bottom of a notch. Finally, on the bottom state, we move the parts around to show the indentation at the bottom of the canvas. We now need to name and save the component. This will also now build a full wheel from the partial states. Going into module mode, we can see the end result, including how it appears curved. When in use, it creates a very realistic rotating effect. This concludes our tutorial. I hope you found it useful.